Hello and welcome to this installment of Spotlight on Sparks. I'm your host, Adam Mayberry, and I'm reporting in downtown Victorian Square here in Sparks, Nevada. And as you can see, there's just a lot happening. We're talking about a $60 million investment in urbanized living, catered to those that work in the Reno Tahoe Industrial Center just 10 minutes away. Our tour begins with the C Street Lofts. The former Silver Club Hotel, a 206-unit, 6-story building which has been vacant for years, is being converted into a new 100-unit, state-of-the-art, urban loft-style rental community, which will be known as the C Street Lofts. 1 to 3 bedroom apartments will have stained concrete floors and 10-foot exposed concrete ceilings. Each unit will have its own balcony, laundry, and fully equipped kitchen. The project is a venture of LandCap Investment Partners and Green Street Communities.
We believe in the area and the area's, demographics and the emerging employment.
And on to the next project, The Yard, currently known as the Bourbon Square Casino. When renovated, the Yard will offer restaurants and retail on the ground floor. The upper 2 floors are anticipated to be Class A office space. The project is also an investment by LandCap and Green Street.
One of the things when I was running for election that I got a question of was what are we going to do with all that space in downtown Sparks? Well, here it is.
And the third stop on the tour, the newest Victorian Square project. Welcome to the Fountain House, a $35 million investment in downtown Sparks.
What a great day for Sparks, believe me, and I want to thank the small businesses that we have down here on the plaza who stuck with us for so many years, and now I think they're finally going to see some great business down here.
I've lived in Sparks 51 years, and downtown has really never been, we've never had a vibrant downtown. We've had businesses here, but just a lot of great special events, but I want to be known for a vibrant downtown.
When Silver Wing Development builds out the community, Fountain House will offer 236 multi-family units and more than 8,000 square feet of retail space, catering to tenants looking for urban living.
Yeah, it's a really exciting day. I mean, we've talked about wonderful development plans in downtown Sparks, and lots of really good people have put really good effort into making that happen. But what we really needed was conditions to align, where we had good vision and leadership, a good development partner, and the right economic conditions. And so we finally see that happening, and we're going to have a great new project in downtown Sparks.
I have a vision in my head of what this is going to look like in 2 years, and I can't wait to see it. It's going to be shiny and new and vibrant with people. And I am so excited about this. I can't wait. I wish we could fast forward 2 years from now and see what it looks like, because this is one of the best things that's happened to Sparks in a long time. And I think it's just going to continue to fold over and to make more and more growth and more vibrancy for our downtown.
But this project has been different from one aspect, and that is our work with the city staff. From the mayor down to the broom pusher, staff has been fantastic to work with every step of the way.
As the chair of redevelopment, I sat down with them and said, housing is great, but we really need some retail and some additional things for people to do down there. They were open to that vision, and here we are.
I have to thank staff, because staff took this project along with Jay and Doug and moved it forward, did the extra work, did everything they needed to do to get this project moving forward.
LandCap will also build a 5-story apartment community at the marina called the Waterfront. At the recent groundbreakings, each developer presented charitable checks to the Sparks Heritage Museum for the preservation of Last Chance Joe. The downtown Victorian Square project would not have been possible without the help and guidance of the city's planning department. We thought we'd take this opportunity to give you an inside look at one of the city's most important functions. The planning department does exactly what you think, and even more. City planners work closely with developers and other city departments and regional and city officials to make sure Sparks lives up to the slogan, "It's happening here."
And really, we work very closely with engineering in particular. And so the planning division's functions are twofold. On the one hand, we have a regulatory function, which means that we regulate land use in particular. as well as having responsibility for what we refer to as long range or advanced planning, which is really looking out into the future and planning for the future of the city.
All projects and commercial and residential development in the city start in the beginning phase, and city planners are there from the beginning to ensure projects get done the right way and work for the city. Once projects are ready to build, city planners present the plans and recommendations to the city's Planning Commission.
Well, the Planning Commission is something that's required essentially by state law, and so they are responsible for reviewing development proposals.
And in some cases, final approval comes from the City Council.
The City Council, of course, is set the policy for the city, and there are certain things that they are responsible on the planning side for approving. So, any changes of zoning, they would have to approve.
Every year, Sparks becomes a better place to live and work, and the planning department plays a major role in that. But city planners do a lot more than that. They also work on economic development and redevelopment. The planning department plays a key role in how the city looks and operates, and also ensures the city is following the right path for growth now and into the future. City planners are also involved in permitting, zone changes, and regional plan amendments, among other things. The Sparks City Council unanimously approved a new waste management program. Single-stream recycling will make recycling easier for residents, provide customers with enhanced waste collection services, and help the city reach its goal to increase recycling. I'm with Sarah Polito with Waste Management. And Sarah, some big things are coming to Sparks in the name of single-stream recycling. Why don't you tell us about it?
That's right, Adam. We're so excited because we're finally going to be implementing the new single-stream recycling program in the city of Sparks. So we're going to be saying goodbye to these crates and hello to the new recycling carts.
For about $1 a month, the new residential single-stream recycling program answers calls from residents who sought a simpler way to recycle. Now residents will be able to place all acceptable recyclable materials in one cart, and households can say goodbye to sorting by colored crates. So Sparks residents will have 2 cans, the regular green can for their garbage and trash, and then the new 96-gallon container with the blue lid for their recyclables.
That's correct, and it'll be so much easier, so much more convenient. Customers can go ahead and place all of their recyclables into this one can instead of having to do the source separated method that they had done in the past.
Other service enhancements include access to landfill transfer stations 4 times a year at no cost, 20 excess waste stickers.
So now if customers have excess waste that can't fit into their 96-gallon trash cart, they will go ahead and place a sticker on a 32-gallon bag, box, or bundle, and we will collect that at the curb. And that's not all. We're also going to be having excess waste for additional bags with no need for a sticker during the months of May and November. And that'll really help with the leaf season.
Well, for less than $1 a month, there's more services that Waste Management will be providing to Sparks residential customers. Sarah, what does this mean for the customers in the city?
So in addition to those free dumps that I was talking about, the excess waste stickers and the green waste months where people can place their excess waste at the curb without the sticker, they also can recycle more materials. But one of the new things that customers in Sparks will finally get to recycle is cardboard. And so this gets to go into your recycling cart. So in Waste Management, we also have some items that we like to call the dirty dozen. And people think that it would be a recyclable item, and truly is not. One of those happens to be the pizza box. We need to keep this item in the trash can. And the reason for that is it's greasy and it's dirty, and that means that it cannot be recycled. So be sure to place this inside your trash cart. The other items are hangers, cords, wires, hoses, plastic bags. All of those need to go into the trash cart as well.
Waste Management will begin the program and deliver recycling carts to customers by the end of January 2016. The first bill for the new service will not arrive until February. I want to thank Sarah Polito with Waste Management for providing some valuable information on this exciting program that's going to affect every resident in the city of Sparks. For more information, go to the website or the number on your screen. And visit sparks.wm.com or call 775-329-8822. Councilman Ron Schmitt, representing the city's Ward 5, was elected on June 11, 2001. He will complete his term in November of 2016, being one of the longest-serving members of the Sparks City Council. Councilman Schmitt, thank you for coming on the program.
Good to see you, Adam.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Thank you, sir. Hey, have a list of questions for you. Want to begin by asking you, just in general, can you tell us what inspired you to run for the Sparks City Council some time ago, more than a decade ago?
Well, the story is quite long and complicated. It was never my intention in my life did I ever have a dream of being running for elected official. And I had a client that we ran into some problems at City Hall, and I didn't think it was fair. I didn't think it was fair to them that they had followed the rules, the process, and things got changed on them halfway through the project. And so I was encouraged to, if I didn't like the process, to do something about it. And it just happened to be within a couple of months after that, the seat was coming open and registration, and I decided, what the heck, go ahead and do it. So I put my hat in the ring, and we had a very hotly contested primary and a very hotly contested general election in 2001, and I'm very proud to have served the citizens of Sparks for all that time.
Very good. So come November of 2016, you will have completed essentially your 5th term on the Sparks City Council.
Correct, yes sir.
And for more than 15 years,
yes,
you've been at the helm as the city's representative from Ward 5. Tell me, what are some of your proudest accomplishments as a council member?
Oh, Adam, there's quite a few of them, and some that I think people would recognize and some they don't, or below the surface. One of the, to me, one of the greatest moments of my 15 years was a week that I took 50 high school students to Dublin, Ireland. Traveled around Ireland. We were the first high school marching band to ever perform in the Gaelic Football Championships in Longford, Ireland. And that represented all the counties of Ireland were there for the championships, and Sparks citizens, Sparks students represented the city very, very well. And that was followed pretty closely by what I consider one of the greatest accomplishments of the city of Sparks was the Legend Shopping Center. You know, Adam, we're not finished with it. Obviously, when we opened it up in 2008, we had tremendous headwinds hit us at that time, and there's a lot of work yet to be done. And it didn't turn out exactly what we had thought it would be, but it was a great financial investment in the city. It was a great bond between the tourism, the state tourism people, and the city of Sparks. And if you remember 15 years ago, Adam, there was an abandoned shopping center in that place that was full of graffiti. We spent months trying to take the owner to court. It was abandoned, and even part of it was burned down because the vagrants had gone in. And Adam, that was the gateway to our city 15 years ago. That was our gateway to the city, and it was not very, very proud. And now you come in, you come through McDonald's restaurant, Fairfield Inns, and then you hit the shopping center with a timeless design to it. It'll be just as relevant 50 years from now. We have an anchor of Shields, as you know, that is world renowned now for the store. Go through that parking lot on any given weekend and see the out-of-state license plates. You'll be surprised at what you see over there. And I think to be able to accomplish that took a little over 5 years from the time I first started. Met with Cabela's family on April the 4th of 2003 in Kansas City. Met with the developers, Cabela's family, started that project going on, and obviously Cabela's didn't end up there, but we ended up with Shields, who was a much, much better partner to be in that center. And it took 5 years and a lot of work, but we got there.
Stay with us for more insights from Councilman Ron Schmitt. The state of Nevada passed a law in 2013 establishing standards for medical marijuana establishments. The first medical marijuana dispensary opened earlier this year in the city of Sparks and presented a set of challenges for the city. City planners carefully considered how best to fit medical marijuana dispensaries into town. In 2014, the Sparks City Council amended the city's code to allow dispensaries in non-residential areas. Dispensaries must be 300 feet from any community facility and 1,000 feet from any school. Now, the state's first dispensary is in the city's industrial area.
It's not allowed use under our zoning code, right? So we had to amend our zoning code and we had to decide in which zoning districts are we going to allow medical marijuana establishments.
City Sparks has been great to work for. We've had, from early on with City Council to the planning department, has all been great. Police department, fire department, it's all gone very well. You know, it's a new industry for all of us as well. Certainly some learning process for all of us, but great to work with.
Cancer, seizures, and chronic pain are just a few of the reasons people come to Silver State Relief. Patients must have a medical marijuana card, background check, and documentation from a doctor and the local DMV in order to purchase any of the 6 available varieties of marijuana or any of the marijuana-infused products.
A lot of our patients, this is very new for them, so they don't know the different ways to ingest and the different ways to consume, what THC does and all the terpenes, and so we do some classes on that.
As far as with the police department, we work very closely together with them to make sure that the laws are followed criminally, as well as the municipal code that's been developed by our city.
Silver State Relief says it's not a smoke shop, but rather a dispensary, making it a safe and secure environment for folks to visit when they need relief from pain.
This thing's a fortress. Certainly the lobby area is just metal studs, but when you get in back, that's all entirely cinder block concrete reinforced with rebar. Our product vault has a concrete lid. It allows us to pre-wire all the cameras so we get them in optimal locations. Window placements in the dispensary, if you notice, they're up high.
Now, anytime marijuana product is transported within the city of Sparks, the Sparks Police Department is notified. We're aware of routes, vehicles, employees, all that information just in case of an emergency.
This location's a great location, ton of traffic. It was available to purchase, and the lot was. Plus, it allowed us to build this facility purpose-built.
The Sparks Fire Department wants you to hear the beep where you sleep. Each year, smoke detectors save thousands of lives, even right here in the city of Sparks. 70% of fire deaths come from homes without smoke detectors or operating smoke detectors. The Sparks Fire Department has launched Project Safe and are committed to seeing every home is equipped with an operating smoke detector.
Project Safe is a program that we came together with on a grant. Started with a grant, and it allows us to go into somebody's home and put smoke detectors in the bedrooms as well as in the hallways. Homes built after 1994 do have smoke detectors, but homes prior to that weren't required to have smoke detectors in them. So there's a lot of homes in the city of Sparks that do not have smoke detectors. This program allows us to come in, talk about fire safety, as well as put smoke detectors in all the appropriate areas.
Here's what's available through City of Sparks Fire. A 10-year smoke alarm for each sleeping area, hallway, and on each floor level. A 10-year batteries if your existing detectors are less than 2 years old. Strobe and bed shaker alarm kits for the hearing impaired. Personal home safety checklist. Free DVD, escape plan diagrams, stickers, and other safety information. To schedule an appointment with Project Safe, call 775-353-2266. We continue our conversation with Councilman Ron Schmitt, who's represented the city's Ward 5 since June of 2001. Councilman Schmitt, tell me a little bit about some of your more memorable moments as a member of the Sparks City Council.
Well, I can tell you one of the saddest moments at Sparks City Council was being a new elected official in June of 2011. You have this tremendous learning curve, tremendous, because now you're supposed to be an expert in streets and budgets and finance and construction and people skills and everything else like that. And then just a few months after September 11th happened, and that was one that shook, I think, every community in the United States, a lot around the world. But as an elected official, you start looking at what have I got myself into. You know, this is much bigger than me. This is, you know, this is not just the city of Sparks, this is the entire community, and that was difficult. That was difficult, and I think we handled it.
It's wonderful. Tell me a little bit about how you have seen the city change since you began your tenure as a councilman.
Well, I think physically, the city was just over 50,000 people in 2000 when I was elected. We were emotionally, I think, in a lot of eyes of people at the backseat to Reno and Washoe County. It was, you moved to Sparks because you couldn't afford to live in Reno, or you were not exactly up to par with everybody else. I moved here, my family and I moved here in 95, and we never thought of that as the city of Sparks. We always saw the city of Sparks as a tremendous place, good schools, you know, a lot of opportunity in the city of Sparks. We never really did go down and venture down to the city of Reno because we saw the city of Sparks as home. And I think that we've grown not only as population to 93,000 people now, almost double the size from 2001, but I think we've grown in maturity. You know, in stature, I think a lot of people look at the city of Sparks as being one of the leaders of our entire region, because we tend to make decisions a little bit more based on facts and the future and not trying to do things on emotions. And I think that's very important. And I think there's been an entire physical change of the city with wonderful projects like Red Hawk, DeAndrea, great housing stock to bring in some money for the city and tax-wise. And I think we've just grown up politically wise, where we're not seen as not lack of a better word, the stepchild of the region. We're now a player of the region, and I think we control our own destiny in the city of Sparks.
What comes to your mind in terms of a legacy? What would you like the residents of the city of Sparks to remember Councilman Ron Schmitt as?
You know, I'm not sure that I want them to remember Councilman Ron Schmitt, but I do want the citizens to know that the financial condition of the city is in much better shape than it was in 2001. Councilman Schmitt, I believe I was a driving force in helping to develop financial policies and goals that really allowed the city to travel through 2008. It hurt. You know, we had a lot of layoffs and a lot of things, but we had cash in the bank. You know, more than the state law allowed us to have, and that was a saving grace for the city of Sparks. I hope that people want to have legacies. It's that, you know, strong financial policies have always been an issue of mine. You know, I don't think we can have too much money in reserves when it comes to government, especially with the type of emergencies we have. You know, it's not like replacing an engine in a vehicle. You know, when we have emergencies, we have billion-dollar floods or million-dollar floods. You know, we have very expensive things that happen, and to be able to have those emergencies. I think 2008 is a lesson for all of us that we should be constantly preparing our communities for financial disaster, and then when we have plenty of time to respond to those disasters, and then come out healthy when those disasters are finished. And so my legacy, whether it's by name, I'm not interested in the name, is the city of Sparks is financially sound. You know, we still have a ways to go to recover from 2008, but I think we could do it. I think that we could do it, and you know, I want us to be known in the community of all the entities that we're the most financially sound of all of them. We have our dollars lined up. We have our ducks in a row, and we know what's coming in, we know what's going out, and we don't spend money that we don't need to spend.
Councilman, on behalf of all the citizens of the city of Sparks, thank you for your service and the work that you've done for making our city even better than it was when you started.
I appreciate it, and I think that for every elected official leaving office, the one goal you should have coming in, the one goal you should have coming out is that you're leaving your community better when you leave than when you got there. You know, whether it's just a little tiny bit or a great big things, it doesn't matter. It's every elected official's job to make your community just a little bit better. And I feel very, very good. After 15 years in office, there's a lot of things out there that got done. And and I'm very happy with that. So thank you for everything you've done for the city of Sparks. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and well said and mission accomplished.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You've been listening to a conversation with Councilman Ron Schmitt, who served the city of Sparks, Ward 5 since June 11th, 2001. Classic car fans descend on Sparks every August for a week of classic rock and roll, great food, and beautiful machines. Hot August Nights is an iconic Sparks event that brings thousands of people and millions in revenue to the region each year after year. After a run of close to 3 decades, Hot August Nights is a huge success for the city of Sparks. The nostalgic celebration of mid-century cars and music generates an economic impact around $250 million for the region. In 2015, the event alone brought 500,000 people in the town from 40 different states. Many booked hotel rooms for 4-night stays. An increase in traffic helps many local businesses, from auto parts stores to restaurants. There are many changes after the 2015 event, to include a new 3-year agreement which gives the official hosting of the kickoff event to Virginia City. Now, every year the Mayor of Sparks is proud to choose his favorite car at Hot August Nights. With hundreds of beautiful cars and trucks to choose from, it's never easy. This year, Mayor Geno Martini and his wife Ruth allowed us to tag along as they took on the very difficult task of choosing one car.
Here we are with the Mayor's City of Sparks Award, and our own Mayor Geno Martini coming out there to congratulate our winner of this prestigious award.
And that's it for this installment of Spotlight on Sparks. I'm Adam Mayberry. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay in touch with the city on Facebook and Twitter and the city's own mobile app. And remember, it's happening here.